Hello and welcome back. I'm Nicole, a cottage witch, and today I'm doing a VR to Candy of Candy Soul and Soil. She did a collections meets decks video where you match up your decks to things that you collect. If you hear any construction noise outside, I'm very sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Hopefully it's not too loud. Anyway, first thing, so I'm not going to do it quite like Candy because I have a million things I collect. I mean, I think she collects a lot too, but I'm not going to go through each individual rock and like try and pair a rock with a deck. I'm just going to go with, these are the rocks I collect, these are the sticks I collect, because I'm the dork that comes home from a walk with all sorts of treasures in my pockets, which is why I need pants with pockets, for goodness sake. So rocks. First up, I have, actually I don't know how many, loads. I have loads of rocks. Is it too dark here? Maybe it's too dark. One moment. Okay, that might be a little glary on the decks, but hopefully it's better for everything else. So anyway, I have some crystals that I've got from like metaphysical shops and stuff, but mostly it's just rocks that I found around and about because they're cool. Like, I don't know what this layered rock is all about, but it's amazing. So this bowl is all the black and white and gray ones. There's a geode there. Oh, and I've got some fossils mixed in. Do I have fossils in another pile? No. Eh, well, I've got a few fossils too. So here we go. That's plate one, bowl one. Bowl plate. It's a cross between a bowl and a plate. I don't know what you call that. What is this? This is another fossil, I think. Yep. Very cute. Some days I think I should get a rock polisher and see what that looks like, but then I think that's probably maybe a step too far. But maybe not. Who knows? There are a lot of these that I found around about that I think must have quartz in them because they're a bit sparkly. There's a, I don't know what. I do sometimes wish I knew like a geologist and could just sit them down for an hour and have them tell me what all the different rocks are. Because I have all these rocks, but I don't actually know what this is. I have no idea, but I like it. So these are the sort of yellow and orange and pink ones, and red. Ooh, this is a little bead I found at a bead shop once. Some sort of jasper, I think. So that's bowl 2. I also have a bunch of rocks all around the apartment that I am not going to collect because I don't have the energy for that. And this is the purple and green and blue ones. Mostly purple, I think. Well, some green ones in here. Like, that's pretty cool. I don't know what kind of rock that is, but it's green. Like, who doesn't like a green rock? What is this? Oh, this also has some green in it. There, now I've got rocks all over the place. Sparkly rocks, shiny rocks, bits of leaf in with the rocks. I mean, I do have plants all over my apartment, so leaves do end up all over the place. Some turquoise, I have no idea what this is, but it's very pretty. I'm clearly not like a big crystals person, despite the fact I have some. I'm just like, oh, it's pretty. I think this is a tree agate and a moss agate. But like for the most part, can I remember what this is? No, but it's beautiful. I've got a few of these worry stones as well. And these sparkly, I think these are man-made. Can't remember what they're called. Because I just don't, you know, like amethyst I remember. Beyond that, I remember very little about rocks, except I have a lot of them. You'd think I'd know more given that, but I don't. Oops. So anyway, for this one, I didn't actually pick a tarot deck because when I wanted to make a rune set, I pulled out of my rocks and went, which rock feels like which rune? This is about 2/3 of the runes. The other third is in the other room doing a thing. So I made my own rune set. This one I might find a new one because it's by far the largest of the bunch and just sort of looks like the odd one out. I think this is the one for hail. So I might try and find a little white hailstone shaped rock sometime. But anyway, like this is one for ice. That looks fairly icy. So yeah, my rune set is my non-tarot deck for rocks. I'm not following any of the rules so far, so I'm off to a good start. Oh wait, I did pick a deck for this. I picked the Wild Woman Oracle because I felt like I had to go with one of these naturey brown or black things, because it is all brown and black. And rocks always feel a bit wintry to me, despite the fact, you know, they're perfectly happy all year round. And this feels like a sort of wintry deck, despite the fact I think it has all seasons, but it's monochromatic, so, you know, it seems wintry to me. So this is the Wild Woman Oracle, which I paired up with the rune set because it just, I don't know, feels more northern Witch of the Winter Woods. There we go. Alright. Next in the very long list of things I collect, I won't go through all of them today or we'd be here for a week. I have a jar of feathers. They're very pretty. I don't know if you can see the iridescence. Yeah, you kinda. So there's some magpie ones, several magpie ones, mostly magpie, pigeon, and this northern flicker is the orange ones. And then I have one peacock feather. I think this might be a crow feather. Another magpie feather. Yep, magpies, pigeons. There's some tiny little down feathers in there too. A totally white one, which I assume is also from a pigeon, because there are a few albino pigeons kicking around. Actually, not very many, but a few. So of course I picked the Medieval Feathers Tarot for this, because, okay, so I am not really a bird person. I don't dislike birds, they're cute, except for the pigeons, which make a mess on my balcony. Did I put this in the wrong way around? Oh, no, it's just got this on the other side. Fine. I am uncoordinated today. Well, every day, but whatever. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, pigeons. Anyway. Apparently when you're in your 30s, it's a requirement that you start paying more attention to birds. It seems to be a rule. I don't know who made this rule, but I seem to have followed this rule at least a little bit. So there are a lot of birds in here that I don't know anything about. I have a cousin who's a birder, and I'd have to message them and ask about some of these birds because I just have no idea, but like that's pretty. And I like the keywords on it because I'm not very good at Marseille yet. It's on my list of things to study, but my list of things to study is like 3 miles long at this point, so you know, I'll get to it when I get to it. So yeah, what else was I gonna pick for a feathers collection but the Medieval Feathers Tarot? It's a very pretty deck. I will use it some more sometime. Okay. And then, oh, here's another fossil. This is I think it's a shark tooth, but fossilized. And broken, but still cool. At least I think it's cool. And then I have a jar full of bones. And these are, I'm not going to take them all out because it'll make a mess. Because some of them I used bleach the first time I ever bleached bones. And that decalcinates them, or demineralizes them, or whatever the word is for it. But anyway, it makes them very brittle and sort of like you end up with bits of bone flakiness happening. And then the next time, which I think for this one, because it's still a tiny bit yellow, I used peroxide, which does not do that. So this is a chicken bone. With apologies to the vegans out there, you can skip this bit. This is also chicken. That's a cow. And then there are some from a rodent of some sort that I'm not sure what it is in the bottom, just little rodent joints. Might be a rabbit, or maybe it's too small to be a rabbit. I don't know. But they're mostly chicken in here that I saved from the last time I roasted a chicken, I guess, which is a while ago. I may do bone casting with them someday, but not today. So anyway, for that one, I actually couldn't believe, I think I only got one deck that has skulls on it, which is kind of weird, but okay. Anyway, it's the Craft Decadence. oracle, because it is a bit like rotting things. Not in a bad, like that sounds bad. I love this deck. But there is a bit of decay around the edges to it, you know. There's some mushrooms right off the bat. It's just not an entirely healthy situation. But yeah, it's one of my favorite collage decks, like, ever. But there is some rot around the edges in this one for sure. It's not all like springtime flowers and everything. So yeah, that is, there we go, Memento Mori for the craft decadence, for my little bone collection. Oh, I have an antler too, but that's not really a collection because I just have one of them. And they just fell off of it. Whoops, a deer in the woods. And then, okay, I have pine cones. I have mini pine cones. These are a few of them. These I put in water to find out what would happen, which is they open up and then you tip them over and all the seeds fall out. Fun fact. Feel free and try that at home. Don't maybe set them on fire if they're that sort of pine cone. This I think is a lodgepole pine, I want to say. It's enormous. One of these is going to be a Scots pine or a jack pine, but I'm not very good at my pine cone identification yet. I should really sit down and work on that at some point. But anyway, for that particular walk through the woods, I picked the Darkwood Tarot because it's little and cute, and I could take it on a walk through the woods. And also, it just looks like some of these trees would have pine cones around them. Oh, there's a bit of a pine. If you ever wanted to know what a pine seed looks like, that's part of one. It's a bit flaky. Anyway, they just sort of insert, like, slip into all the crevices there, or grow in all the crevices, I suppose, and then slip out. But anyway, this, I don't know, it just felt like a deck that probably has an affinity for pine cones. I don't have any deeper thoughts on it than that. I should use this more often. I haven't used it very much, but then I did get it, I think, in the spring, so I mean, this doesn't really scream summertime, does it? But you know, it is August now, so in Canada that means it's only a matter of time until it snows. At which point maybe I'll break this out again for like November. November seems like a good month for this. All right, next, okay, so next I have, actually I'll do my, I'm worse than my brother's dogs coming home with sticks all the time. It's ridiculous. I've gotten rid of some of them. Some are out in my garden holding up my tomatoes. This is a raspberry. This is also, is this raspberry? Yes, it is. This is also a raspberry. So is that. This is a charred root of a spruce tree that was toppled during a thunderstorm. This is also part of a spruce root. It looks like a stick. It's a root. I've got some poplar bark from a tree that was knocked down. Not because of this one fell over because of a lightning strike as well, but the other poplar bark, were cut down because, I don't know, I don't like people. That's why. And then I have, whoops, this isn't gonna fit under my camera, but I've got, this is not actually a twig, this is a burrs from a burdock root. There's poplar, there's miscellaneous, I don't know what these all are. This is red osier dogwood. There's a little cattail, more dogwood, and not real dogwood, red osier dogwood. Yeah, sticks. I have sticks in jars all over the place. I have some birch twigs kicking around in the other room. I have my pots are hanging from a stick on the wall, on the ceiling, and now I've got bits of stick on my cloth here. So, you know, all over the place. So for that one, I went with Oak, Ash, and Thorn, because it's got 3 trees in the title. And I love trees. Honestly, I spend more time talking to trees and imaginary characters from books than I do actual people. I mean, I talk to people at work, but when I come home from work, I'm done peopling for the day. So it's just trees and animals and books at that point. And other plants, but mostly trees. The rain recently washed the honeydew off the elm and oak trees in the neighborhood, so they seem much happier. That's good. And it's finally not 30 degrees out every day, so I'm gonna go for a walk more often. Although not tonight, because it's gonna thunderstorm again, which I'm very excited about. I hope we get a good one. So anyway, on that note, this is my coming home with random sticks deck, because I feel like all the little forest animals in this deck would approve of my stick collection and possibly have their own stick collections. Okay, I had to clear some stuff off my desk because it was getting too crowded. Now I've got a miscellaneous category. Like, I've got a rose hip, I've got a bit of a lilac bud, some bur oak acorns, a dried pepper, a bit of poplar, a bit of cinnamon, willow catkin, bit of what is this, wormwood flowers. This is a ladybug that I found dead on my windowsill. This is cherry bark, birch, I think poplar, random spoon. Oh, there's a spruce cone, but it's baby. Some cedar, some just random other bits. Like, that's a cool stick. I don't know. I'm weird. Listen, you know, if you're not okay with weird, this might not be the place for you. So anyway, that's miscellaneous. Oh, and I found I'll take the lid off, it'll be easier. This is he's a dead little bumblebee who I found dead on my balcony. I didn't kill it. He's still got pollen all over his little legs. So for these odds and ends, I have picked the Crow Tarot because I feel like they probably also come home from flights around the neighborhood with little treasures. Oops. There's the wormwood flowers. In you go. And so we have that in common, I guess. As I'm doing this, I'm realizing a lot of these are fall and winter decks, and I'm kind of really close to ready for fall to be here now, even though it's not quite mid-August as I'm filming this. But I am not a summer person. Spring I like, summer I tolerate. Fall I like, and winter is fine too, because I can stay inside with my books and tea or hot chocolate or whatever. But summer, I don't know. So I'm ready for some fall and winter season transitions here. Although if we had a longer fall than like 2 weeks, I wouldn't complain. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. This is my collecting odds and ends deck, I guess. And then I have some sort of memorial thing. So this is spruce from a spruce tree that was cut down near me. It's some of the sawdust from when they chopped it all up. There's nothing wrong with the tree, they just don't want the tree there anymore. These are a bit dusty. This is dirt from a crossroads on a path that's important to me. This is graveyard dirt, which yes, I did pay for. Not in a shop, like paid the graveyard. And I've never used these, I just have them handy in case I ever need to use them. They're just there. And then this actually is a stone with a bit of moss growing on it. It's all dried out now. From the same garden near the same cemetery where I got the graveyard dirt. And for this one, I picked the Tarot of Persephone's Garden for probably obvious reasons. Because crossroads and death and endings and cycles and all that sort of thing are really inextricable from Persephone's story. And yeah, I used this a lot when I first got it. I haven't used it like for the midsummer season, but I imagine I'll break it out again in September and use it quite a lot. I love it. He's a funny looking dude, but oh well. I have that picture on my kitchen wall because it's beautiful. Anyway, that's my choice for whatever the heck category you call this. I don't know. It doesn't have it. Does it have a name? I don't know. And then my last category is herbalism type things. So I've got shelves, many shelves of herbs. This is some bearberry, which I foraged actually very close to the crossroads where the crossroads dirt was found. It makes an absolutely gorgeous tea, which is perfect for journeying. It's wonderful. It's a favorite. I'll have to harvest more this fall. It is actually best to harvest in the fall because that's when the arbutin content is the highest. And then I make a lot. So I've got herbs in like baskets drying and things and hanging from all over the place at the moment because it's August and that's the season for that. And that'll happen into September, I expect. And then it'll snow. And then I'll use the herbs to make tinctures and salves and things. Probably not salves because I've got enough of those for a while. I stored the big jars in my fridge so they last longer because it takes me forever to get through them. But then I make my own tinctures and stuff from plants that I've gotten to know. So for this I picked a deck that I've been working on because I feel like everything in my apartment is dusty right now. I should probably do something about that. I'm going to reprint it with titles on the front and whatnot. Now that I know the plants better, this was my flashcard version, which I may make a new one of, or I may just make the tarot deck version. I'm a bit conflicted at the moment. So skullcap I actually couldn't get to grow on my balcony yet. Here's hoping. And the raspberry died, which is tragic. But yeah, this is my, oh look, there's another dead ladybug. I love ladybugs. One landed on my arm on the way home from work today, which was cute. Anyway, this is my Prairie Herbalist Tarot deck. And this was just sort of a test print to see if the things that I picked matched the energy of the cards for me. Also, I found a better picture now of sea buckthorn because I've been working on this for like 2 years trying to collect all the photos. So I've got some better photos of some of the plants. And they're all my photos now. Some of the, like this wasn't my photo, I don't think. This was. That's on my balcony garden. That is from the same cemetery garden where I got the graveyard dirt. That's not my photo, but that is. And yeah, so there are a few that I changed up. I like that willow and the horsetail. Horsetail is also beautiful, although unlike bearberry, you harvest in the spring. Because by the fall, the silica content will be too high and your kidneys won't love it. There's a cool view of the cedar through yet more cedar in a forest in BC. And yeah, I just have spent basically the last couple of years, the last couple of summers anyway, plant hunting. This is chickweed on my balcony. And some wild strawberries. Some birch. I love birch. It's a magnificent plant. This is Red Osier dogwood. And some crab apples. If you've never had crab apple pie, you're missing out so much. I had a better picture of rosemary too that I took this year. So it's gonna get a revision, and then I'll print it out again from Make Playing Cards and probably show it again on my channel because I like the plants that I've gotten to know, and this was specifically so that I could get to know both plants and tarot a bit more by matching them together. This is a poplar bud and poplar catkin from a tree very near me. So that's that. I'll stop rambling on about plants now, although I could go on indefinitely. Yeah, that's it. I might do another version of these because I collect honestly too many things. Julie from Peekaboo Rose did a video about mugs. I have many mugs, and I also have like almost 1,400 books. And I won't pair a deck with every book because I don't have that many, and that would be ridiculous. But I might like pick some favorites or something. I don't know. We'll see. I will brainstorm. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.